So today we're going to be working on 4.3 as we get to investigate multiplication strategies. And the reason, or the reasons we get to do that are very similar to what we've been doing in the past. Is that we get to work in more complex problems. We get to sharpen our multiplication and division skills since they're so closely related anyhow. And we're elevating this place value and number sense in our mind, okay? We're going to get into more complex multiplication strategies today. And one of the big ideas that we really want to probably capitalize on is this idea from 4.1 when we got to investigate rules for solving multiplication problems with multiples of 10. Just knowing that we could break these numbers or look at numbers through original facts like 3 times 5, and then through extended facts as we started to move like the 3 into the tens place to turn it to 30, that would also move our product of our number of our factors into the tens place, or move it up a place value anyhow. So let's just say we get a multiplication problem. We come across a multiplication problem like, let's make this not so big here, and we'll make it orange because I love that color orange. Let's say we come across a multiplication problem like 24 times 8, okay? There is a way to do it where we can stack them. I know there's people who, their parents or you've done something where you know how to stack your multiplication, and we are going to work towards that. That's a US traditional multiplication format there. But I want to do this, or we want to do this today, I think, to develop that number sense and also that understanding of place value that we've highlighted all year. And we're going to be able to pull these numbers apart into some numbers that we can really use for ourselves, okay? When I see 24, I feel like I can pull that number apart to my advantage to really use it in a way which would be helpful to me. And by doing that, what I would do is pull it apart into place values in my mind, okay? So for instance, instead of 24, I would really prefer to do 20 and 4, so breaking that into place values. Because I feel like I can work with those place values, the tens and the ones place value, just a little more easily. And let's just say, well, I have 8 as well, right? So I'm also going to do an 8. So I don't feel like I need to pull the 8 apart, okay? So here's what I'm doing when I'm setting it up on this grid here. And I don't know if I can take these boxes away. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Nope. Okay, so what I'm doing when I have this grid here is I'm turning this into, instead of 24 times 8, I'm turning it into, nope, let's see, Control C. I'm turning it into, I want to be able to move these around. Okay, no. Ugh, just being a fussy bear today. Okay, what I'm turning this into is, because 24 is actually really, I mean, you could look at it as 20 plus 4. Okay, I'm turning this into 20 times 8, and I'll even put it in parentheses, plus 4 times 8. Because these are numbers that I really can work with a little bit better. So what I'm looking at is this 20 plus 4, which is 24, and then times 8, both of those in those place values, 8 times 20 and 4 times 20 in this case, okay? So, I'm breaking that down. So I'm going to have boxes like this, and you're going to get boxes that look like this today. You're going to be able to do these multiplication problems in just this fantastic way here. So you do 20 times 8. 20 times 8, if you remember, if I just want to, take that 0 in the ones place and sort of set it to the side as we've been doing. So now really what I have is 2 times 8, a factor or a function that I really am a lot more comfortable with. So that 2 times 8 is 16, and then I want to place that 0 right on the back end of that, right? So I know now 2 times 8 is 160 by replacing that 0 right to the back end of that 160, okay? And then what I have here that I can build this function is, get my text color again, is that 4 times 8. And since I've been working on my math facts, 4 times 8 I know is 32, okay? So now what I have here is an addition problem. So I know 20 times 8 is 160, and then I can add that 4 times 8, which is 32. It's a lot easier for me to do. Turns out that it's 192. And if I just, let me make sure I've done that all correctly here. 24 times 8 is 192 there. So really what you're doing is you're breaking these numbers into numbers and factors that you can really work with and have an idea of how, being able to work with them on your own comfort level using place value or using what it is that you feel most comfortable with. This whole thing is just being really a bear to move here. So I'm going to move this down again real quick. And I want to do a second one just so you can see and be more comfortable with it here. So yep, I want to move this over to the side. And then we have this nice a couple of examples here. Okay, so let's say I come across a number like, and I'll do this in a completely different color so you know. Let's say I come across a 2 factors that I can multiply together like, make sure I'm finding some that would work good for us here, work well. It looks like you're just going to be doing let's just say 110 times 6, okay? I'll even make it a little, well, 110 times 6, I really like this one, okay? So to set this one up, what this looks like, so I want to insert a table here. I want to pull it apart into 3 place values and 1 place value on this. Let's see if I can get this in a place where this would really look good for this. Okay. So 3 place values and 1 place value on this. Okay. So I want to pull this 110 apart into the 3 place values that work well for me, or even just that work well for me on this. So one of them would be, it's funny, sometimes the font stays, sometimes it does not. One of them that I really like is 100. Okay, I can work with 100 easily in my mind. Another place value that I work well with is, and I'm recognizing this because I'm pulling 110 apart, right? The other place value that I recognize is 10, so I can work well with that. And then I also see that there is, let's see if I can get makes this easy, of course. Another place value that I work very well with is in the ones place, and there is not a value in the ones place, but I still want to show you that it has some function to it here. Okay, so a 0. So what this looks like in my, it's 100, and I'm going to do, since it's 6 times 6 plus 10 times 6 plus 0 times 6. Okay, so that 6 ends up right here as well on this side, right? So what it looks like is, that was bizarre. Okay. 100 times 6, which equals, since I'm really good at this, I can do 6 times 1 is 6, and then those 2 zeros, I'll place them at the end, is 600. So I can even see this is the case when I look at this, is 100 times 6 is 600, right? And then looking at 10 times 6, I'll break that down. 10 times 6, since I have that function, 6 times 1 is 6, and then there's 1 0 that I want to place at the end there is 60. So I can show this is that right below 10 times 6 is 60, right? Let's see if I can spread it out a little bit. 10 times 6 is 60. And then doing one more just so I can show you the place value function of this is that 0 times 6. So 0 times 6, and I know anything times 0 is 0, but I still want to account for it. Oops, not sure why that happened. 0 times 6 is 0. So what I'm looking at is 600 plus 60 plus 0, and the product of that is 660 from my calculations there.